Okie dokie, we're back in back battles. Before we jump into some ranked games though, we got some news. We got a new class coming, the Engineer. Coming early 2026, so that's going to be super exciting. But anyways, let's jump into some ranked games with a random character and see what we're going to get today. And it looks like we are playing the Pyromancer and we start off with a Heroic bot, meaning we're going to have a turn 2 Excalibur if we can find a frying pan. Let's grab our whetstone, let's grab this too. I'm going to risk it. Can we grab a frying pan? Bag of stones I kind of want to take. Let's take the stone and a flame. But I'm going to try and find a freaking frying pan. Are we serious right now? I'm kind of terrified. I want to grab these food items, but I'm going to roll. And we managed to get one on sale. But that's a lot of gold wasted trying to get this online. So we're probably going to lose our first rounds. Did not expect to roll so much to try and find a freaking frying pan. Now, also want to be offering up 7 gold worth of items. So really want to get rid of our whetstone. We could try to go for a big old burning blade with the Excalibur, but I think I'd rather go for a flame up or even like a Minotaur's frostbite could be kind of fun too. So yeah, I'm going to keep these options. Let's go and craft up another burning coal potentially. But yeah, let's get going with this. Now maybe we actually want to get rid of our stone and keep our little blue gemstone, because we have a chance to potentially stack up a little bit of mana with that. Because if we stack up, if we get no mana orbs and we just get blueberries, we can never ever go over 10 mana. And with that little tiny blue gemstone, we have a chance to push it over the edge. But can we beat down this ranger? Again, they have 45 armor. So it's going to be a really tough fight to win out. And it's not going to be close whatsoever. We have no survivability. Even our opponent has very little DPS. Just the sheer amounts of effective HP is going to win out. It is what it is. We're going to get a big old Excalibur. And it's going to be amazing. And we got ourselves a box of riches. Not what I wanted. We also got a stone badge, which I'm never going to be taking with Excalibur because we want to be finding chili peppers left, right, and center. And if we take this, we'll never ever see a chili pepper. Let's take our piggy bank. Let's roll looking for some food items. And we get ourselves a garlic. Now, as for the box of riches, should we keep or should we sell it? When I say sell it, I mean offer it up with our offering bowl. Because I wouldn't mind grabbing some extra gemstones. But I wouldn't mind also trying to grab ourselves an Amulet Feasting. And Amulet Feasting is going to be such a valuable item to grab. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be silly and I'm going to take another piggy bank. Just trying to stack up as much monies as possible. And I'm going to get rid of our box of riches. But Excalibur should be able to deal quite big damage, being at 7 DPS. Turn 2 Excalibur is going to be a lot of damage. Now, opponents does have quite a bit of healing. They got some crazy regen. And they've got a shield to block some of our damage. So are we going to be able to win this one? Because it's looking pretty close. And we just barely survived with that Excalibur. But hey, what are we going to get? A freaking spear. Now, unfortunately, I don't really want a spear. But what are we going to take right now? Spicy Banana has been upgraded. Has been buffed since last time I used it. Now it has 75% chance to gain 1 heat on a banana. Hell yeah, that sounds amazing on Excalibur. Let's grab a fanny pack for now. Do you want to grab any of these items? I think I want to roll and we get a freaking banana. And we could go for a claws attack as well. We can't really afford to put in this piggy bank, unfortunately. Not super ideal. If you want to go claws attack, I think I'm going to ignore it and I'm just going to roll as another piggy bank on sale, which is silly for sure, but I do want to grab ourselves another fanny pack so we can add in this piggy bank, just like so. Now, another piggy bank is silly, but there's no way we can actually afford to fit it in. It's way too much gold. It is on sale. You know what? I'm going to take it. I'm going to waste more gold rolling. And you know what? We probably should reserve this pocket sand since it is on sale. Now, I'm going to offer up our spear. But it's going to be kind of nice because it does use up a little bit more stamina, so we can heal for a little bit more with our spicy banana. So it should be kind of awesome. But we really want to prioritize trying to grab ourselves an Amulet Feasting so we can get some cheeses, some cupcakes. And this is not looking close whatsoever. Hell yeah. But hey, that's a big old Tim, so we can use Tim to steal buffs, and we got ourselves a Stone's Good Pot, which I might offer up as well. Now, Tim to steal buffs on a super fast hitting Excalibur sounds amazing. It is insane amount of gold though. But hey, we're going to be rolling in golds since we have 3 piggy banks. I'm going to take it. I'm also going to take this blueberries. Right now we're going to be stealing buffs and removing buffs. But yeah, let's get going again. I'm going to offer up our Stone Skip Pot with another flame so we can try to get ourselves that amulet. However, we are facing a Shepherd's Crook, Stones, Spear, Short Bow. Can we survive this? We're going to have lots of damage. And... hell yeah, we can. Now, come on, give us something amazing, potentially awesome. Leather boots, come on, man. I'm going to be offering that up again. Let's grab our storage for now, though. Let's go ahead and grab another big old banana. And let's go ahead and grab you too. Let's roll again, though. How many piggy banks can we take? How about we just grab another fanny pack, speeding up Excalibur even more. Now, I kind of want to roll looking for a chili, to be honest. Let's go ahead and grab you, though. Right now, I'm going to offer up our leather boots along with our lump coal. But yeah, I'm going to be rocking on with this again. We'll see how we get on, hoping that we can just steal all our opponent's mana so we can activate our Excalibur, which should be smashing. And your opponent is rocking unique on a broom to try and make as fast as possible, while also having a Shepherd's Crook to resist a lot of debuffs. However, Excalibur keeping us super healthy, dealing that damage, and our piggy banks looking glorious as we get there. But hey, we got ourselves an Amulet of Fortune. Increase our chances to stack up that heat. Now, should we go for a vampiric type setup as well? Might not be terribly bad. But I think I'm going to take this for now. And I'm going to focus on grabbing some chili. So I'm not going to take it. Set of blueberries I will be taking. Let's take the health pot because I want to offer that up. Let's keep rolling. That's a freaking mana orb. I'm definitely going to be taking that. Now I'm going to sell a flame to go ahead and grab it. But I also really want to grab ourselves this fanny pack. I also really want our Amulet of Fortune beside our spicy banana, but I'm going to sell this, and I kind of want to sell another flame with another burning coal. So I'm going to grab another fanny pack. And this is literally going to be the fastest Excalibur that's ever going to exist. Potentially. Maybe. Alright, I did put our spicy banana in a spot. We're going to have our Amulet of Fortune in here so we can maybe stack up a little bit more mana for ourselves. It will also potentially stack up a little bit more heats. Now let's get going. A spicy banana Excalibur with a team to steal buffs is going to be kind of fun. Now it's gone from 75% to an 86% chance to gain heat these bananas. It's basically going to be chili peppers except with stamina. Pretty much so. So we can add in a bunch of weapons if we want to by having these bananas in. We should be able to scale up our heat insanely fast. That's not looking too bad. And yeah, it should be incredibly awesome. We should be able to activate Excalibur a little bit easier since our mana orb is going to have about a 65% chance, 57%, what the hell am I talking about, to give us extra mana. Now we got our Amulet Feasting, which is going to be perfect. And we got a second amulet, another Amulet of Fortune. This could actually be nuts. This could honestly be insane. Now, any food item we've seen a shop, we're going to want to take. However, that's a leather armor on sale. Yep, I'm going to be definitely taking that. Now, the Amulet Feasting really wants to sit in here, but another Amulet of Fortune is going to potentially go from 75% was to 86, so it's probably going to be like 97%. If I'm correct, that's going to be crazy. Leather armor, we're going to say goodbye to. We don't necessarily really want that. But let's grab the storage. Let's move on. And this spicy banana is going to turn our bananas into chili peppers. It's literally 97%. So every time we trigger our banana, it's going to be heat. So that's going to be kind of amazing. It's going to be infinite stamina, it's going to be infinite heats, it's going to be smashing. Now our opponent is rocking dagger ranks to steal our buffs. But we're trying to steal our buffs, or steal their buffs with Tim. But unfortunately they do manage to win out. We do get our life back, and we're going to be offering up a corrupted crystal. Yeah, I'm going to be getting rid of that. Now, do we want to grab ourselves a Burning Banner? Because it has been buffed as well, and now we'll actually use... It will actually give us an 80% chance to inflict our blinds. And if we place it in a kind of a crazy spot, we can get that increased chance almost up to... Well, it's going to be 100%. I'm going to take it. That's a chili pepper. We take it now with our Amulet Feasting. We do get a cheese for max life stacking. But I also want to grab our storage. And I want to figure out how we're going to put our Burning Banner inside our Amulet of Fortune along with our Spicy Banana, while also targeting our Excalibur. And I solved it. We're going to have it like this. So we're going to have a 100% chance to inflict blind with Excalibur. I'm going to sell 2 flames. I'm going to sell 2 flames because I'm going to grab this cheese for sure. How are we going to fit this in? I'm not sure. And do we want to grab multiple cheeses? Honestly, I'd rather just grab more bananas. More bananas, more chilies. Cheese does give us max life stacking. We could honestly just take it. You know, I'm down for it. Let's offer up this for now, and let's go and see. Do we have a 100% chance to inflict blinds every time we do activate Excalibur? So it's going to be kind of nice. Now, it is only for 5 seconds, so it's not going to be infinite stacking, but if we get crazy heat generation, we can get this going super fast, and we can get that blind going pretty fast. But it's not looking too bad. We got 20 heats, and we're going to be stealing our opponents buffs. Stealing mana is exactly what we want, so we can keep activating Excalibur, keep stacking up our heats, and just definitely win out. 40 heats. Spicy Banana looking kind of smashing. And here we are taking on Big Old Berserker with Shielded. But hey, give something amazing, potentially awesomely. Come on, man, a freaking frying pan. I'm going to sell you. Now, we could take the Lightsaber. It will use up a lot more stamina. It's going to be another holy item, and we can inflict a lot of blind. Should we actually try it? Is the next question. I also want to grab this too. And I want to grab a cheese. Give us another set of blueberries, which is going to be kind of smashing as well. And I really do want to put our Amulet Feasting in a little bit of a different spot. To grab a set of blueberries, I definitely do not want to fly Garrick. Let's take you. Fly Garrick on sale, maybe. Do you want it? Not too pushy about it, to be honest. You know, I think I'm going to take the Lightsaber. I'm going to take the Lightsaber with a Burning Banner. We should be able to inflict a lot of blinds. So it could be a lot of fun. Definitely so. With double Amulet of Fortune is kind of nuts on both these items. I mean, it's kind of crazy, actually. Definitely so. Now, our opponent does stack up some luck, so that blind stack is not going to do a whole lot. But with a Spicy Banana, that infinite heat stacking is going to be really, really nice. And smashing. It just made Excalibur a lot better. Now, should we actually go for Enchanted Weapons Excalibur? It doesn't do anything with Lightsaber. We also got False Life, which is just going to be more max life on top of max life. Or we grab Blood Manipulation to deal our healing as damage. It also gives us a bunch of Vampirism, keeping us even more healthy. However, I kind of want to grab False Life. False Life is going to be a lot of fun. There's a Prismatic Orb. You want a Prismatic Orb? It gives us infinite mana. When I say infinite mana, it's going to give us a lot of mana from the get-go. But I also want to grab our Lightsaber. Yeah, we probably do want a Prismatic Orb. But I also kind of want to grab this and offer up this too. With a Flame. 7 golds. Piggy Bank's going to be out for now. We could take out you as well. And I'm kind of down for it. Yep, let's get going. So then we have an increased chance to inflict a blind since we have a second weapon. Which is going to be nice. If we get some regen from our cheeses, we can inflict even more blinds. Our opponent is dealing some significant damage with a Fancy Rapier and Devouring Spear. They're going to get some Vampirism, but that's 15 blind on our opponents. So it's kind of nice. That could be nice, except the unfortunate thing is they have infinite luck. And I've been using way too much infinite, to be honest, because they definitely do not have infinite luck, and hell yeah. This is actually looking amazingly awesome. Now, another Mana Orb is crazy. Let's grab you. Amulet of Energy is perfect. And we definitely want to grab you too. Now, the crazy thing is, our Prismatic Orb is not going to be in the most ideal spot. I'm going to sell one Piggy Bank to go ahead and grab ourselves a set of blueberries. We do get a card if we want the card to potentially stack up some power. I'm going to sell you 2 roll. And I really do want our storage. Now, do you want to go for Darksaber? Not exactly, because then it stops being a Lightsaber and it becomes a dark item, so we won't be able to inflict that blind. So I kind of want to keep it as a Lightsaber. I definitely want a storage, and then we should be able to get a Prismatic Orb to stack up a lot of mana once we do get some better storage for ourselves. But this Mana Orb is going to sit up here. This one's going to sit in here too. We are neglecting some food item spots, but it is going to be a great trigger in this spot. Our opponent is going to be inflicting a lot of debuffs on us, which could be problematic. Again, we get crazy block or crazy freaking blind, and if our opponent can't hit us, they actually can't inflict that cold on us. And once we do get a crazy bounce of heats, our Chili Peppers is going to cleanse that cold. And honestly, just smashing down, hell yeah, smashing down Snow 6 Reaper, always amazing. I actually can't believe how crazy Burning Banner is with the Lightsaber Excalibur. To be honest, let's grab this. Let's go ahead and grab more storage. Let's go ahead and grab even more storage. Let's keep rolling. And that's another big old banana. Should we take more banana? Should we take the regen so we have the potential to activate our Lightsaber's effect a little bit faster? I mean, we're probably just going to stick with 2 bananas targeting our Excalibur. So I think we're happy enough with keeping it in this spot. So I think I'm just going to take the regen for now. With a Prismatic Orb, we should be able to start off with 6 mana. We want to definitely target more mana generation for ourselves. It's gonna have to do for now. And we can have it in our Burning Banner, so we should be able to inflict a little more blind for that too. But it is what it is. I kind of want to go for some Paradise Burbs. Paradise Burbs could be a lot of fun as well. We got our Infinite Heat, we got tons of mana. We're going to be stealing our opponent's buffs. They're going for that Meta Berserker build with a Shepherd's Crook, Magic Torch, Plus Attack. But hey, this is actually looking kind of insane. Now, blind doesn't matter on a Magic Torch, but hell yeah. Genuinely surprised by this Excalibur, to be honest. Now, it is only 40 DPS, which is not too crazy. Our opponent did have 43 DPS, but again, our opponent did have a lot of damage reduction, especially during Battle Rage, as well as blocking damage with this Spiked Wall. Now, in terms of heals, we do end up with about 20 healing per second, which is not too crazy, but we do end up with about a 40 max life gained per second, being our Piggy Bank, False Life, Cheeses, all putting in some crazy work for us. And in terms of block, not a whole lot of block. I definitely think we can actually make this crazier. Now, literally speaking of crazier, how about we just take the bird, we take a tiny bit of Stridge, we roll again, and we go for another Paradise Burb with a set of blueberries. And we can also grab the carrot. We can also stack up some spikes if we want to. But hey, why not grab the carrot when we do have an Amulet of Fortune in this position as well? So we have that increased chance once we do have a bunch of luck to stack up some power for ourselves. But let's go ahead and craft up this Paradise Burb, speeding up our whole inventory, speeding up our bananas, speeding up our lightsabers, and just using up a hell of a lot more stamina so we get more heals. And once we get Paradise Burb, we also increase the healing that we're going to get from it. We are facing an adventure rocking a double axe, but can we win out? At least with a bird in right now, we should be able to remove luck, making our blind a hell of a lot better as well. And we got crazy buffs, lots of luck, and smashing. And let's get a Paradise Burb. Now, we also want our Paradise Burb to be in beside our amulets as well, because we can increase the chances to duplicate our buffs from it too. Now, should we take this? Should we take another Mana Orb? I'm not sure if we do need another Mana Orb. I do, however, want to grab a Stamina Stack. Now again, we could forgo a little bit more cheese, but putting our Paradise Burb in this position would be kind of amazing. But we would lose out on a little bit of value. When I say a little bit of value, we're slowly losing all our food items around our Excalibur. Anyway, we could put this Mana Orb in this position. We should have a Paradise Burb to speed up pretty much our whole system as much as possible. So we do lose another food item, but we did trade up this Mana Orb where it's placed to place it over here, so we have the chance to duplicate the buffs from that as well. We do start off with 10 mana from a Prismatic Orb. It's just a little bit short of getting our Excalibur to start off instantly. I'm going to roll again. And I'm not offering up anything into our offering ball as right now. I'm going to tell you to keep rolling, and we could go double lightsabers. I mean, it's extremely tempting. It's definitely going to be extremely tempting, but with our Paradise Burb, we're going to be going super fast anyway. But we would be using up a lot more stamina for ourselves. I'm not going to take it as crazy fun as it would be. I think this should be pretty decent. Especially since our Paradise Burb is going to be another holy item. We have an increased chance to stack up more blind on our opponents. That's almost 20 blind. And crazy heat, crazy buffs, and just smashing. Yep, this is looking kind of insane. And we could also grab ourselves a Moon Armor if you want the Moon Armor. It's also giving us more Mana Orbs. We can also just grab a Cap to reduce our opponent's healing even further. Now the funny thing is, if we take the Moon Armor and place it up top here, we can actually inflict a lot more blinds. And I kind of want to do it. So I'm definitely going to take our armor. And I'm going to place this set of blueberries in this spot. But it does mean I'm going to take this Mana Orb and I'm going to craft up this Moon Armor. Now again, I'm going to have to take out this set of blueberries so we can place in our Chili Pepper in this spot. Make sure we do not ever trade up our False Life. And it's not looking too bad with our positioning right now. The only thing is, our Prismatic Orb does lose a little bit of mana for ourselves. But it's going to have to do anyway. Let's go ahead and take another Mana Orb. Let's get our Moon Shields, our Moon Armor online. Stack up a little bit more mana, reflect those devos. Also inflict a little bit more blind to our opponents. And it should be kind of insane. Definitely so. Now our opponents does have a Mana Thirst, Magic Torch combo, so blind is not going to matter too much. We're going to have lots of damage. And we could actually end up losing. Unfortunately, the one opponents we do end up getting smashed by is Magic Torch. And now I know they do have 20 luck, but the Magic Torch and Mana Torch, yeah, they don't really depend on accuracy. Wait, what the hell did we offer up? Was it just a flame? It was probably just a flame, right? Let's grab our Mana Orb. We could try to go for a second Excalibur. Something else we really want. Let's grab the Fanny Pack. We could also grab a Glowing Crown, place it down below, and inflict even more blind. Now, it will give us invulnerability, which isn't the end of the world, to be honest. I'm going to take it. We're going to place this Mana Orb back in this spot. Piggy Bank, regen. Prismatic Orb, still not looking too great for us. I probably want to grab this Fanny Pack. Let's get going. And now, all of a sudden, we have crazy amounts of holy items. Try to inflict as much blind as possible. Now, if we stack up a lot of blinds, our opponent can't hit, and if they can't hit, they can't lifesteal. They get invulnerability, and it's give us more time to get our heat stacked up. And look at that blind stacking up. 30 blinds, mean our opponents literally cannot hit us as we get our buffs. And amazing. Now, speaking of amazing, we could just take an eye lump to scale up our damage even more. Let's grab you, and let's go ahead and grab you too. And let's keep rolling. You want to grab the helmet? Helmet could help us out quite a bit, but with our Glowing Crown, we probably do not want it. Divine Pot, don't necessarily want it. We could take it just to offer it up. It is the final round to craft. I'm going to take it. Another Prismatic Orb. Yep, I'm going to be taken. But another Paradise Barb would have went a long way as well. So we could maybe not take it and try to find ourselves that Paradise Barb. But I'm just going to take one final flame. We're going to take the extra Prismatic Orb in the next round, and we'll see how we get on with this. Now, honestly surprised by Spicy Banana with a Burning Banner. 100% chance to gain heat, 100% chance to inflict blinds, and just stop our opponent from hitting us. Now, that's a big old crazy setup, and unfortunately, blind's not going to do a whole lot against his opponents. And they are dealing some damage, but we can bring it back with the amount of heat we do get and smashing. Amazing. Definitely so, and we're going to see what we get for this Divine Pot. It really just gave us another bird. Hell yeah. Let's take our next Prismatic Orb. We could take this and slot it in instead of this as well. We would lose on our Stamina Sack. See, I'm not going to take it. Now, should we grab another bird just to keep removing a crazy absurd amount of blinds? I'm kind of down for it. Let's sell our Piggy Bank. It's been great. Let's add you in, and this Prismatic Orb is going to give us 6 mana. You're also going to give us 10 mana, so we should be able to activate our Excalibur. We could try to stack up more mana for ourselves. We're going to sell you. And if we place this one Celebrity Raise in, that's 12 mana with 8 mana. So 20 mana off the rip is genuinely awesome. I'm going to place this bird in this spot. That way it's going to be targeting Excalibur instead of our whole situation this side. We definitely want to keep our regen. We're going to roll again. Sell our Garlic to keep rolling. And I wouldn't mind grabbing ourselves a little bit more regen so we get our blind off the rip as well. And honestly, this is going to be a fun setup. And what a crazy setup, to be honest. The Amulet of Fortunes with the newly buffed Burning Banner is crazy, especially with our Spicy Bananas being buffed as well. Yeah, just an insanely fun build overall. Definitely so, and False Life with it on top of everything is awesome. Now, is it going to be good enough to take on this mage rocking a shields, invulnerability, healing reduction? I'm glad we stack up some max life with our cheeses, as well as a dagger ring to attack through our armor. So armor's not going to do too much, but we're going to be inflicting an insane amount of blinds, and we're going to be taking every bit of luck our opponent does have. So yeah, they're not going to be able to hit us anyway. Down to 20% accuracy, they do get invulnerability, but we have infinite heats, and we should be able to steal all their buffs. We should be able to heal up by an insane amounts, overheal like crazy, and it's not looking too bad. Now, there is going to be pretty much almost a finite amount of blind we can inflict, since it is only lasting for 5 seconds. But it's still nuts. Almost 40 blind. Almost 40 blind on our opponent, and it wasn't even close. 1500 max life, and honestly, just a genuinely crazy build. In terms of DPS, we did manage to get about 65 DPS being our lightsaber based on how much blind we do have in our opponents, with Excalibur doing another 24 DPS. In terms of heals, we did manage to get about 40 healing per second, which is pretty darn smashing, and in terms of max life, almost 100 max life gains. Now, False Life doing a vast majority of it, basically turning our healing into max life. Since our opponent can't hit us, it's just going to make us stack up our max life. And then she's putting in a lot of work as well. And in terms of block, 155 block being our Moon Armor. Now, I only crafted up the Moon Armor, honestly, to be a nice activator for our Burning Banner, to be honest. And to be honest, our spicy banana generated up 65 heat with 2 bananas. We did only have 1 chili pepper in this Excalibur, and we had infinite heat, making it crazy. But we did survive with 4 lives left, so let's go to see just how much rank points we managed to get. Plus 23, ranking us back up to Masters once again. Just flip-flopping out of Masters and back in again. But anyways, I'm going to leave it here for now. Just want to say thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, or even consider subscribing. And I hope to look over to the next one. I'll see you next time. Okay, we're back in some round 18 fights, and we're facing a big old berserker rocking the Wolf on Bloom. They're going to have nearly 100% crits. They're going to have a lot of empower, but that's crazy blinds. They're going to have not too much accuracy. And since they have so much blinds, we can get our heat stacked up, and it's not looking close whatsoever. Hell yeah. Now, can we deal with a corrupted armor, poison stacking, freaking Reaper? So far it's not looking too bad. We get our blinds. If they can't hit us, it shouldn't be too bad. They're going to be stacking up poison though. And they're going to try to steal our buffs. But we stack up so much heat, that's going to be pretty difficult for our opponent to steal all our buffs. Although that's a lot of blind on us too. A lot of poison. This could be troublesome. But since we have infinite luck, it's not going to be too bad for us. And finally, can we deal with a friendly fire Excalibur with crazy food items? Especially with the smelly wall. They're going to inflict a lot of poison, a lot of block. But is our setup going to be much better? I mean, with our Paradise Barbs, we're going to be stealing their luck. We're going to have 1500 max life, and it's going to be a crazy battle. Now, they're going to start skilling us with heat, but we have crazy buffs, and our opponent has no accuracy.